Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. A tale of cunning, courage, and treasure. In the heart of ancient Persia, nestled in a quiet village, there lived a humble woodcutter named Ali Baba. He was a simple man who worked tirelessly every day to provide for his family. Despite his hard work, he remained poor, with barely enough to get by. Ali Baba's brother, Kasim, however, lived in luxury, having married a wealthy merchant's daughter. The brothers' lives were starkly different. One modest and content, the other consumed by greed and ambition. Ali Baba accepted his life without complaint. His days were spent chopping wood in the forest, gathering bundles to sell at the market. One day, as the sun climbed high into the sky, Ali Baba ventured deep into the forest in search of a new area to cut wood. It was here, amidst the whispering trees, that he stumbled upon an event that would change his life forever. The secret of the cave. As Ali Baba was chopping wood, he heard the distant sound of galloping horses. The noise grew louder, and instinctively, he hid behind a large tree. From his hiding place, he saw a band of 40 thieves, their horses laden with sacks of gold and treasures. They stopped near a massive boulder on the mountainside. Ali Baba watched in amazement as the leader of the bandits stepped forward and shouted, "Open sesame!" To his astonishment, the rock moved aside, revealing a hidden entrance to a cave. The thieves carried their loot inside, and after some time, they emerged empty-handed. The leader then said, "Close sesame," and the rock sealed itself shut. Curiosity burned within Ali Baba. Once the thieves had left, he cautiously approached the boulder. Gathering his courage, he uttered the words he had overheard, "Open sesame." To his delight, the rock moved aside, and he stepped into the cave. What he saw left him speechless. Mountains of gold coins, sparkling jewels, and priceless artifacts piled high. It was a treasure trove beyond imagination. Knowing he had discovered something extraordinary, Ali Baba filled his sacks with as much gold as his donkey could carry. Then he carefully sealed the cave, ensuring no trace of his visit was left behind. A brother's greed. Ali Baba returned home and shared his discovery with his wife. They decided to keep the treasure a secret. However, his wife wanted to measure their newfound wealth and borrowed a scale from Kasim's household. Unbeknownst to them, Kasim's wife smeared honey on the underside of the scale, suspecting something unusual. When the scale was returned, a gold coin stuck to it, revealing Ali Baba's secret. Kasim confronted his brother, demanding to know where he had obtained the gold. Reluctantly, Ali Baba revealed the secret of the cave. Greedy and impatient, Kasim set out to claim the treasure for himself, determined to take everything the cave held. When Kasim arrived at the cave, he used the magic words to enter. Overwhelmed by the treasure, he filled numerous sacks. However, in his greed and haste, he forgot the words to open the cave door and became trapped inside. Hours later, the thieves returned. They found Kasim in their hideout and, furious at the intrusion, killed him as a warning to others. The danger unfolds. When Kasim did not return, Ali Baba grew worried. He ventured to the cave and found his brother's lifeless body. Heartbroken but determined to give Kasim a proper burial, Ali Baba enlisted the help of Kasim's loyal servant, Morgiana. Together, they carried Kasim's body back to the village and devised a plan to bury him discreetly, avoiding suspicion. Meanwhile, the thieves realized that someone else must know their secret. They vowed to find the intruder and eliminate him. Morgiana's brilliance. The leader of the thieves devised a plan to kill Ali Baba. Disguising themselves as merchants, they arrived at Ali Baba's home with 40 large oil jars. Only one jar contained oil. The others hid the thieves. The leader pretended to seek shelter, claiming he needed a place to store his goods overnight. Ali Baba, unaware of the danger, welcomed them. Morgiana, however, was suspicious. That night, as she prepared the evening meal, she heard faint whispers from the jars. Realizing the plot, she acted swiftly and decisively. Morgiana heated a large cauldron of oil and poured the boiling liquid into each jar, killing the hidden thieves. The next morning, the leader discovered his men were dead and fled in terror. The final confrontation. The leader of the thieves was not one to give up easily. Determined to avenge his men, he returned to the village, this time disguised as a merchant. He befriended Ali Baba and planned to kill him during a celebratory feast. Morgiana, ever vigilant, recognized the man and decided to act. During the feast, she performed a captivating dance for the guests. As she danced, she concealed a dagger in her clothing. At the climax of her performance, she plunged the dagger into the thief's chest, killing him instantly. Ali Baba was shocked but soon realized Morgiana's actions had saved his life. Grateful for her loyalty and courage, he granted her freedom and arranged for her to marry his son. A life of generosity. With the thieves gone, Ali Baba was free to access the treasure in the cave. However, he did not let greed consume him. He used his newfound wealth to help those in need, earning the admiration and respect of the villagers. The story of Ali Baba spread far and wide, becoming a legend. It is a tale of humility, cleverness, and the triumph of good over greed and evil, reminding us that loyalty and kindness are treasures far greater than gold. The story of Ali Baba contains several valuable lessons that resonate across cultures and generations. 1. Greed leads to ruin. Kasim's greed ultimately led to his downfall. His impatience and desire to claim the treasure for himself caused him to act recklessly, ignoring caution and prudence. The story reminds us that unchecked greed can lead to dire consequences. 2. Humility and contentment bring peace. Ali Baba, despite his modest means, was content with his life and acted cautiously upon discovering the treasure. Unlike Kasim, he didn't let greed consume him. This teaches us to value what we have and act wisely when opportunities arise. 3. The power of loyalty and resourcefulness. Morgiana's unwavering loyalty and quick thinking saved Ali Baba and his family multiple times. Her ability to observe, analyze, and act decisively highlights the importance of intelligence and loyalty in overcoming challenges. 4. Kindness and generosity create prosperity. Ali Baba used his newfound wealth to help others and live a life of generosity. His actions contrast sharply with the thieves and Kasim, whose selfishness brought destruction. This teaches the value of sharing and the rewards of living a life of integrity.